So here I've taken 18 road. Okay, so this is 18 road and the districts where the 18 roads are crossing. Okay, so let's see which are the districts of the metrical table. So Kandy, Patala, Coronagala. So these three are the districts where this 18 road is crossing. So in this video we'll see how to put grids or how to show the latitudes and longitudes in your map. Okay, so this is the data view. Okay, so in the layout view you can add the map element. So this is one of the map element, but it is having more quite depth details that we have to understand. Okay, so while you are exporting your map as an image, you have to apply some grids. So grids are according to the coordinate system. So usually there are two types of coordinate system. One is absolute coordinate system, another one is relative coordinate system. So based on the absolute coordinate system, I'm going to show you today. So see, this is the layer. These are the layers where I have been working on. So we can make it in make this one into zoom format. So just right click on it and go to zoom to layer, so you can view it in a zoomed manner. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, so I can change the color for the better distinguishment. So this is 18 root, and we will add the map elements. Okay, so as we are, this is the data frame that we are working on. So the title we can give as 18 districts. So you can increase the font size by using this tool, but drawing tool. You can increase it and make it bold, and if you wish you can underline it. Okay, so making it bold and underline, and just keep on the top. Okay, so this is for the title. Next one will go with the neat line. You have to select the data frame. So I've previously selected that. So go to neat line. So if you want border, you can give the border at different depth, and the background, it's always better to provide lighter color. So I'm just selecting the olive and click OK. Or if you want, okay, so this is a thing. Then we'll add the north arrow. Okay, so we'll add the north arrow. We can increase the size and we can add it. So then the scale bar. So it's always better to give the scale bar in kilometers, and so I'm just selecting kilometers. So I'll put it on the bottom, increase the font size, and the scale text as well. So where the kilometers being denoted by, just click on it, and that's also on the scale. So next one we can add, all these we have done. So next we can go to the legend. So these are the legends, okay, that we are having. So 18 and 18 districts. Okay, so if you want, you can add both, or if you want to specifically denote the 18 road, you can add as 18. So I'm just giving both. Okay, click next. So I don't want the legend title, so I'm just removing it. Next, and if you want, you can customize the shape of the polygon especially. So I'm just giving it as natural area, then finish it. So this is the legend for layer. Okay, so now everything is finished, right? So for adding grid, we can't use this insert. So what we have to do, we have to select this data frame, okay, and right click on it, go to properties. These are the frame properties. So go to properties. So there's a difference, okay. So if you click on the layer and right click on it, if you go to properties, that is called layer properties. If you click on the frame and go to properties, that is frame properties. So just go to that and click on grids. Okay, so far there is no any grid system has been assigned. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a new grid system. So click new grid. So there are three types of grids. So one is Graticule. So Graticule is the one where you can get those absolute coordinate systems coordinates in the degree, minutes, seconds. It will be there. And the next one is measure grid. So it gives you the values in digits. Next one is the reference grid. So it will give you the reference based scenario. So if 1 unit, it depends on it referred some letter from the designated ones. Okay, so I'm just going to select the Graticule, or as I've told, I'm going to select the absolute coordinate system. So I'm selecting the Graticule, then click on next. So see, so this is the overview how your image going to be. Okay, so if you click on measure grid, if you click next on it, so you can view it here. So see, so we have to select the coordinate system, so which is more or less depending on the relative coordinate system. So relative coordinate system means absolute coordinate system is common for every country, so that is universal. Okay, it consider the 360 degrees of the geoid, and all the things are there in degree, minutes, seconds. You can view it, but usually the relative coordinate system are dealing with the country based coordinate system. So it would differ from country to country. So Sri Lanka would have a different relative coordinate system than the Pakistan, India, China. It depends. So for Sri Lanka, we are using SLD Kandavalla and SLD 90. SLD Kandavalla is quite that older one, and SLD 99 is quite a newer one that we are using now. So I'm just selecting only the Graticule, so I'm clicking on it. Then labels only. Labels only means you don't get any lines, intersecting lines, or the lateral lines and longitudinal lines. Okay, the lateral and vertical lines you won't get. So just see Graticule and labels. Okay, so Graticules mean all these lateral and vertical lines. Labels mean these are the labels, right? Which means those where each and every line denotes the particular coordinates. Okay? So if you are having any issues with view, so if you feel if the graticules are there, we cannot view the core part, some nuances or some minute places they are in these. So better you can avoid this, and you can go to tick and marks. Tick and marks means the same thing, but it will replace the graticule by ticks. So there is no any connection in between one latitude to another latitude. I mean, within the same latitude we are not having any connection. Okay, but that will be that both latitude in either side will be having the pluses, okay, like these ticks. So this mark will connect. That means it is not exactly connecting, continuously connecting, but it shows the connection. Okay, though even if you don't want any interaction within the study area, then you can go for the labels only appearance. There are 3 types of appearance. You can go for tick marks and labels, graticule and labels, and or labels only. So if you select labels only, there should not be, there won't be any graticules or tick marks, right? Then the intervals. So if you just imagine, so you are taking an entire Sri Lankan district. Okay, if an entire Sri Lankan district, so it is quite in a broader view, not in a zoomed view. So you are not taking the specific district. So what you have to do, you can give the intervals can be larger. Okay, so 1 degree interval. So that means if it starts from 6 degree, then 7, 8, like this. So if it is from the I'm talking about in the laterals. Okay, latitude. If it is in the longitude manner, so could be 79, 80, 81, like this. But now what we are seeing is, we are seeing those things in quite zoomed manner. So 3 districts among 25 districts, we have taken 3 districts, right? So if the 3 districts are being zoomed, so we have to reduce this interval. Okay, so what we can do, instead of 1 degree, we can go with the 30 minutes. Okay, so 60 minutes is 1 degree and 60 seconds is 1 minute. So we have to consider, so there's no any 100 here, they all are based on 60. So I'm just clicking on next, and minor division text, so major division text. So major division text means at the major division you can get this kind of darker lines, minor division lighter lines, right? Those having interconnections, but we are not selecting the text now. So then you can change this text type according to your wish. So how you can change it, so you can choose any kind of font, or you can use this ESRI symbol selector to have better view, and you can increase the size of the labels. It's up to you. So I'm just increasing it up to 10 for the better view. Then click OK, then click next and finished. Then you can apply it. See, the grids are being assigned. So there you can, so now it is exceeding the limit of this frame, isn't it? So what you can do, so you can make some adjustment. Okay, so you just make it you have to make within the A4 paper, otherwise the portion which are exceeding this boundary won't be there in your image. So you have to be crucial. So since if you are applying for the grids, you don't need for the borders. So what you can do, you can eradicate these borders. So right click on it, go to properties and go to frame. There's border. So you can see, then in the neat line, while assigning the neat line also there's a border. So instead of going there and changing, you can directly use this data frame properties and you can select as none. You don't need the border since you are not using the border only frame. We are using the grid, so the grids itself is having the frame, so we don't need to double it. So now it's here. So if you see, so you have to make some minor adjustment to align these parts, which is quite important. Then rearrange it according to the alignment. Then that's it. So now we have rearranged everything. Okay, so if this is okay, so if you feel this this visibility of this coordinate system, the text is fine, you can keep as it is. Okay, then I'm just for reassurance, I'm just zooming to layer. So this is what. So now I've assigned the grids, so you can see how the interval works here. So it is here, it is 7 degrees 7 degrees 0 minutes 0 seconds north, and the next one is 7 degree 30 seconds and 30 minutes and 0 seconds, and the next one is 8 degree 0 minute 0 seconds north. So here also 80 degree 0 minute 0 second east. So we used to tell it as northing and easting. So northing means when the latitudes, so usually latitudes from the equator, it moves up and down, so towards the North Pole and towards the South Pole. So can be, if you're talking about a country where it belongs to the North Hemisphere, you can see this N, okay, north. And if that is from the Greenwich, if the country is on its east, it comes as E. Okay, so north and east. So latitude moves towards the North Pole, so that is why it is on the digits are on the y-axis. Why? Because the latitude are moving on the y-axis and the longitudes are moving on the x-axis. It's towards the east side. So just assume if you're taking the country, okay, somewhere else from the western side, western part of world, then the longitudes are moving on the other side. Okay, so from the Greenwich it is 80 degree. Okay, somewhat it's 80 degree, and this is within 79 or something else. So you have to be aware, and you can so now the interval is fine. You can again go to the frame properties, and this is the grid properties. Go to grid properties and you can find x-axis. X-axis means where the longitudes are moving. Okay, so longitudes are moving either east or west. So y-axis where the latitudes are moving towards north or south. So now what we are going to do is we are going to reduce the interval. So reduce the interval means we are going to get more labels than the previous. So now it is 30 degree. So instead of 30 degree, I'm just giving the half of it as 15 degree. So the labels usually is going to be double. Okay, and apply. See, now it's been doubled. So previously it was like, here it starts with 80 degree and 0 minute, but now it starts with what? 79 degree 45 minutes and 0 seconds. So this is how you can reduce the interval to increase the number of labels. Okay, so if this case is there with the graticules, you can find there will be the lines, okay, either side of the coding. So I'm just showing it again, properties and the grid properties. You can enable show as grid of lines. So I'm just clicking OK, so you can apply. So this is how it is with the graticules. So grid lines. Okay, so this is what we call is a grid. Or you can enable the ticks. So go to properties and show as grid of ticks. So previously it was lines, now lines mean it is continuously, it is connecting either side of the coordinates, the same coordinates, but the ticks are not connecting continuously, but it shows the connection. So I'm just selecting show as grids as the ticks, then click OK, then properties, show as grid of ticks, OK, and apply. Now, so there is it reduced the intervention of the labels, but since some of the areas are having some issues. Okay, so if you want to have some minute analysis, so if you want to zoom this area, so you may have some obstacles for the viewing. Okay, so that is why we are always not always, but most of the people who are willing to have only the label map. What you can do, you can go to file, okay, go to export map, and you can export this map as JPEG, PNG, JPEG according to your wish, or the question is been given or been asked, you can save it or export it.